want to show you how I make these fondant sunflowers. Now, all the tools that I use are either linked in the description or in my Amazon store in my bio. Now, I am making the flowers, and I started making this and I totally forgot to turn on my camera. So I have some brown fondant and I rolled it in a ball and squished it down a little bit, and I want it to be thick. I have that little impression mold, and I will link that in the description. I'm just getting a nice center flower impression, and I have 3 size daisy cutters. I will find them and link them below, and I rolled out that pink fondant really thin. With these daisy cutters, I have to put the cutter on top of the fondant, cut a piece out, and then place the fondant on top of it. Use my thumbs and my little rolling pin to press it down and cut the fondant, and then remove it. And then I'm pressing it down to transfer that little pattern onto the fondant, and then I can pop it out. So again, cut the piece, press it down with my thumbs and my little rolling pin, and then press it down onto the countertop to transfer the pattern. And I'm making 1 big one and 2 smaller ones for the big flower, and 1 medium one and 2 small ones for the little flower. Then I have a circle cutter, and I'm just cutting the center out of all of these flowers so I have individual petals. And then I have this 28 gauge wire. It's super thin. I'm using my snips to cut them into 1-inch sections, and I'm going to set those aside. And then I'm going to get a piece of aluminum foil and crumble it up and then open it. That way I'm going to set the petals on there. I'm dipping a wire into the piping gel and then inserting it into that individual leaf and pinching it at the bottom. And then I'm putting it right side up on that foam pad and using my ball tool just to thin out the edges. And then I'm going to pinch the tip of it and having it face up, and then curl the sides up. So it just needs to have a little bit of shape to it. So I'm dipping it into the piping gel and inserting it, pinch the bottom where the wire is, have it face up and thin out the edges. And then once I do that, I'm going to pinch the tip and curve those sides up. And then it's going to bend backwards a little bit and let it dry. So now I still have that piping gel in that lid, and I have all of my petals with all of the little wires inserted in it. I'm starting with the bigger piece of brown fondant, dip the end into the piping gel, and then I'm sticking the smaller petals in there. So do you remember I did 2 large flowers and 1 medium flower for the big one? So I want to start with the medium petals, and I'm sticking all of these into, like, I'm kind of angling them down into that brown fondant, and then I'm using a dry paintbrush to remove any excess piping gel. Now for the next row, I am staggering them in between the open spaces from the front row, and then on the back row I'm aligning them with all of the petals that are on the front row, just so there's no open spaces. And again, just removing any excess piping gel with my dry paintbrush, and I'm going to set that aside. And I did the same thing for the smaller one as well. Now I have some dark brown chocolate petal dust, and I'm just getting a little bit on that paintbrush and deepening this brown middle section. It just looks a little better if you dust these pieces. It brings them to life. And I'm just making sure I don't have too much of that dust on my paintbrush so it doesn't transfer too much. And then I have some pink. I got these, I believe, on Amazon, so I could try to find that color and link it below, but it will all depend on what color you make your sunflowers. And I'm just dusting each individual petal as well, trying to make sure that I get the petals on the bottom rows as well. And that looks good. Let's set those aside. Now I want to make the leaves. I have this Wilton gum paste flower cutter set. I don't know if they still make it, but I will try to find leaf cutters and link it below. And I have a leaf veiner, and I am cutting 2 big leaves out for the big flower and 2 smaller leaves out for the smaller flower, and I'm turning them upside down and pressing them down onto that flower veiner. And look how pretty that looks. So I did that for all 4 of the leaves. Don't want them to dry, so I'm just going to stick them in a Ziploc bag and set those aside. So I got them out of the bag, and I have some holly green dust, and I just want to dust around the edges of these, and it's going to bring them to life. I'm going to make them look not so flat, and I'm going to set those aside. Now I'm making the little green curlies, if you will. So I roll it into a log and then put it down on the countertop, and I'm making sure the ends are pointed, and I'm not pressing my fingers down too hard. I don't want to make finger marks in here, so I'm just kind of lightly rolling these out and spreading my hands apart as I'm rolling it so I can get it. I don't want it too thin but not too thick. And then I'm going to cut it on a little bit of an angle so I can get it to be in a point. now. I want both ends pointy. It just looks so much better. And then I'm kind of curling it around into a little coil and setting that down on the board. So I did this. I rolled out about 3 of those little logs and I cut them in half. So I have 6 pieces total, and I am going to set those aside. Now let's get that cake out of the refrigerator. Now I'm getting 2 toothpicks down into the back of that brown section, and I'm going to sink that down into the cake. That way it's going to hang on there like a picture frame, and that flour will not fall off the back. So I got a little bit of pink icing behind that flour because it's going on the pink tier. Then I take a dry paintbrush and remove any excess icing, and then I'm getting that leaf into a nice little shape. I'm giving it some motion and get some icing behind it wherever it's going to touch the cake and press that down. And I'm just using my tools to help me get it into place. And then I'm going to use my paintbrush again. It's a dry paintbrush, just removing that excess icing that's sticking out of the back. Now I'm holding these little coils up and getting a little bit of piping gel behind it wherever it's going to touch the cake. So it can be a little tricky. I'm just trying to find wherever these pieces are touching and then get a little piping gel down and using the handle of my paintbrush to press that down onto the cake. And doing that, so I did 3 of them in each. I did 2 down on the bottom and 1 coming up on the top. And here is the cake with those beautiful sunflowers on it. Now I do have a video showing how to decorate this entire cake that is in my link tree or linked in the description. But how beautiful are they? These fondant sunflowers completely change the cake without overpowering it. It's a small detail that makes a cake feel custom and elevated.